My name is Michael Cheever. I believe empowering entrepreneurs to build profitable businesses and invest in our youth will change the future of our planet. I choose to do that through real estate. And while that's my lane, the principles I've learned from great coaches, mentors, and life itself apply across every industry. I share this to equip you with what it takes to grow, lead, and win. In my experience, people tend to predict success based largely on a person's natural talent, or said another way, potential. Here's the first and most valuable lesson I've learned about potential. My high school football coach, Max Bass, stood about 5.5 feet tall and was as wide as he was tall. This earned him the nickname Hoss. He was born in a farm in Opp, Alabama, and believed that throwing the football was a bad idea because 2 of the 3 possible outcomes when you throw the ball are an interception or an incompletion, which were both bad. Football started for me in the 9th grade with Coach Max Bass. And while I excelled in other sports, I was not good. Actually, I was terrible at football. For starters, I was a bit of a baby. Football is a violent sport, and it scared me. In football, you either hit or get hit, and I was getting hit a lot. In my 2nd year, midway through the season, I was riding the bench. During a game, Coach Bass called me over. When the head coach calls you off the bench, there's only one reason, right? You're about to play. I grabbed my helmet and almost ran past him onto the field. Hoss, while short, was massive. He grabbed me by the back of my shoulder pads, pulled me close, and asked, "Boy, what is potential worth out there on that field?" I, of course, was confused. Huh? I asked. He repeated it louder. "What is potential worth out there on that field?" At this point, I realized I probably wasn't going into the game. My energy dropped. I mumbled something about not knowing. Then Coach Bass pulled me in close and said words I'll never forget. "Boy, potential ain't worth crap out there on the field of play. And that's why you're here with me on the sideline." Wow, how thankful I am for coaches like Max Bass. Here is the potential trap, or said another way, the natural talent trap. And it starts early. You hear it all the time. Little Timmy is so smart. Jen is so fast. Dwayne is just so gifted. They're so far ahead. Yeah, at 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, tests like the cognitive abilities test or SAGES can surely be helpful, but they can also become a trap. No matter where you fall on the spectrum, natural talent, or said another way, potential, can lead to overconfidence. There's a temptation to coast because you're naturally good at it, and just showing up has always worked for you in the past. People who are constantly told they're gifted often don't build solid work habits or develop proper technique. Why? Because they've been getting results based solely on what they were born with, what they show up with. But here's the hard truth. That only works up to a point. If you're an achiever with big goals, you will eventually hit a level of competition where no amount of raw talent, no amount of potential will carry you through. The same gifts that separated you at a lower level will not separate you at a higher level, especially not at an elite level. You will hit adversity, maybe a little, maybe a lot. And when that happens, if you've coasted on natural talent up till now, what will you fall back on? What's been built in you to overcome, to break through? Now, let's flip that coin. A lack of natural talent can lead to low confidence. If you believe you'll never be good at something, you might not even try. Or if you do, you might quit early. Being told you lack talent or potential can keep you from putting in the reps that are required to grow. Here's the truth. If you commit to learning the fundamentals, if you do the reps, evaluate yourself honestly, and improve steadily, if you do that consistently over time, you'll outperform, eventually, 90% of your competition. And 90% is an A. That means you can be an A player. Now, am I saying we're all going pro in basketball? No. And this brings us to a key distinction. Talent and potential are raw. Ability is refined. There's a massive difference between natural talent and ability. Ability is defined as the possession of the means or skill to do something. Another definition for ability is to have proficiency in a particular area. Ability is then possessing the means or skill to do something proficiently, to do it well. Here's the truth about ability. It is not fixed. It's not predetermined. It must be developed. Here's a formula to think through. Ability equals talent plus hard work. The more consistently you apply hard work over time, the greater your ability becomes. There is no substitute for time on task, for discipline, or for deliberate effort. Without action, there will be no results, and no amount of talent will carry you to the summit of anything in business, in sports, or life. Tim Grover, elite performance coach to Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and many others, said it best. Success isn't the same as talent. The world is full of incredibly talented people who never succeed at anything. Here's a hard but simple truth. Even when talent is matched with great work ethic and turns into ability, even that will still only take you so far. Eventually, we all hit a ceiling. There is no if, only when. And I'm speaking about myself as I've lived it. I'm still living it. The most important growth question becomes, when I hit that ceiling, when my current ability caps me, how will I break through? Will I stay stuck or will I elevate? What I've discovered is this. Others have hit that same ceiling and built models to break through. Implementing proven models is how to break through. And even great models have limitations. Eventually, you'll hit another ceiling. That's when creativity is required. Don't abandon the model, adapt it, innovate around it. The right innovation leads to the next breakthrough. That's the cycle. Adopt a big model, ride it till it stalls, then tweak and innovate to break through again. The bigger the model, the further it takes you before you hit your next ceiling. Here's the flow. You combine talent and hard work. That builds momentum. As you build momentum, you will hit your first natural achievement ceiling. Your natural achievement ceiling is the combination of your talent and hard work. To break through your natural achievement ceiling, you need proven foundational models. Once applied, you'll break through and rise to a new level. Then, master the model, innovate, and you'll hit another ceiling and repeat the process again. There are people in your field who've already done this and are willing to share their models with you. Learn, implement, and then add your own spin. That's how you move to the next level again and again. Here's a story that captures this perfectly. A father took his child to the park to fly a kite. As the kite caught the wind, he showed the child how to angle it into the breeze and gradually release more string. The kite climbed higher and higher. Eventually, there was no more string. The child said, "Let's cut the string so it can fly even higher." Father thought about it and thought, okay. So they cut it. The kite rose for a moment, then it dipped, then it spun, and eventually it crashed. The string was the very thing that, while limiting the height it went to, allowed it to rise with control. It's the same thing for us. Proven models are the string. They allow us to fly higher without crashing. Okay, let's recap. Potential without effort is worthless. Talent must be developed into ability. 2, when you hit your ceiling, don't stop. Apply a model and then innovate. Models are your string. They keep you grounded to the model, allowing you to rise without crashing. Crush it, we're stronger together.